Hey everyone, it's Adam Bate here from B2Net Solutions. I just wanted to do a quick demo video on using your host files to manipulate DNS in order to either transfer your website between hosts or sort of design and develop a new website on a local environment or development environment. And basically, if you don't know what DNS is, I suggest you do a little bit of research on it before getting into moving web hosts. But in a nutshell, DNS is domain name service. What it does is it tells your browser what server and what IP address a certain domain name is pointed to and hosted on. So for example, if we go to b2netsolutions.com, here we are. As soon as we press enter in the browser, it queries a name server or a DNS server which tells my browser exactly what IP address and what server this site is hosted on. Now, say for example, if I wanted to transfer b2netsolutions.com to a new server. So, if you're transferring from another web host to our web hosting company, or if you're transferring between like a shared web hosting package to a VPS, this is a great way in order to view your website on the new server before making the change live. Now, the reason for this, the reason you might want to do this is, what if you forget a little bit of content, or there's an issue with the database on the new server, and you make the switch before ever checking whether or not it works. You wake up in the morning and all of a sudden, half your website doesn't work. So by using your host file in your local computer, you can change where your computer views your domain name. And so in that case, you can check it out on the new server before ever making the switch live. So I'm on a Mac computer here. I'm on OS X. So I'll show you where the host file is here and sort of how to change it. But the first thing you're going to need to do is log into Plesk in order to find out what your new IP address is of your new site. So we'll log in here quickly. Now, B2Net Solutions obviously isn't hosted on this test environment I'm running in now. I just created the domain in Plesk, similar to how you'd have your new domain created in the new control panel of your new server. And so we'll log in here and we'll find web hosting settings, find the IP address. So this is the new IP address where we want to serve the content from for our domain. So we'll pick that up. And what we're going to do is we're going to open terminal. I think we're going to open terminal. And what we're going to do, if you're on a Mac, you want to so SU, Pico, etc. hosts. SU, just make sure you're the super user so you're able to edit and access that file without an issue. Pico is just a text editor. You can use Nano or Vim, whatever your favorite text editor is for the operating system. But basically, you edit this file. You're going to need to enter your root password in here, which isn't the case. Let's do it this way. So edit your etc. host file, and what we're going to do in here is we're going to add a line, and we're going to add this IP address and then www.b2netsolutions.com. We're going to add that IP address again, and just to avoid any confusions, we're going to add the domain without the www. We're going to save this file by hitting Control-O and enter. And then there. Now our computer, whenever it looks up this domain name, b2netsolutions.com, only on our computer, it's going to point or override the sort of worldwide domain service with this local IP address. So now all of a sudden, when we go to B2Net Solutions, it's probably cached. So I'm going to open up a new browser to do this. We're going to get a test page. So we can see obviously this domain isn't being served on its typical server anymore, but that's just for our local environment. Now, just to make sure everything's working, I'm going to open up an FTP editor. I'm already logged in here to the new server. I'm just going to upload an index file. All the index file says is this is being hosted on the new server, so we know it is definitely where we want it to be. Give that a second to upload. And there you are. So now what we can do is upload the content to this new server, install the databases through Plesk and export and import the database to the new server, and then we're able to view it before we ever switch it over. It avoids any complication, it avoids tons of headache when transferring your website between hosts. This is the way to sort of test it out before you ever go live with it. Again, so the file was etc/hosts. And you can just edit that as a super user, add in the line IP address, www.domain.com, and just IP address, domain.com, and then you'll be set to go. If you're in a Windows environment, the hosts file is located in Windows/system32/drivers/etc. So let me just bring that up so you can see it. Windows/system32 drivers, etc. hosts. So if you can see, that is where it's located on a Windows machine. So it's the same deal. You'll need to sort of log in as an administrator. It'll prompt you for an administrator password to edit it. It'll look very similar to this file. Simply add in the IP address and the host, and you'll start seeing this website on the new server. So that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, send us a message on Twitter or get in touch with us on Facebook, or as always, open a ticket with us, and we'll be happy to hear from you. Have a good day.